Get it. Let's get it. What's going on, family? Let's launch. We got a few things to talk about. Won't hold you up too long. Got to use my bigger speaker because the little speaker just couldn't put out enough sound because I'm sitting up here struggling trying to hear folks talk. So I'm going to pull up the big speaker. We put it up close to the screen when it's time, right? Alright, so family, I am sending an invite into the entire fam so that we can have our toast and talk. It is Umoja. A lot of people are sitting at the crib right now, so I'm going to give people an opportunity to tune in. So of course we're going to have to go into our song real quick. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, drink. Now grab your glass for some water. Get your container of that water. Get the container of that water. Simply drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, live, and drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch. Move your body and drink some water. I know it's not early. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, and drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Come on. Breathe, live, move, toast. But take your breath. Live and roar. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Break down. Drink, 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 drink. right, family, man. I want to welcome the family to the room. I'm gonna have to go in here and I have to cut off my Brother Hatim stuff. Let's see where everybody at right now. Let's go to the dashboard, because I told y'all I'm trying to phase out my YouTube. I'm trying to phase out my personal Facebook piece. But I got 2 people on the Facebook. Alright, got 3 people on my personal Facebook. Alright, family, listen. Because we are going to be moving to Gye-Nyame Journey. And I want to make sure that y'all know Shaka's on the line. The lines will be open. This is our Toast and Talk Umoja. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are chilling at the crib. So I say, hey, what the hell? Why not do a show, a Toast and Talk? Plus, we ain't get to talk this weekend because, I was rushing, And I don't like robbing the people, right? So, I want to give y'all the best that I possibly give. Let me lift this camera up just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the toast first, and then I'm going to open up the lines. Maybe I might need to scoot it back a little bit or something. Or is it my daughter's messing? Too much. That's a lot better. All right, so we're going to do our toast. And then, of course, we're going to have our conversation. And like I said, the conversation go in the direction that you need the conversation to go into, fam. I have a couple of things that I would like to hit. But if we don't get to hit those, I'm cool with that, right? Of course, we just had the Malcolm X Festival, so anybody out there, this is why I'm sending it out to all of the family out there. You know what I'm saying? Those that had the opportunity to come to the Malcolm X Festival, you could talk about your experience out there. We got a bunch of stuff going on in the news, and some of them I'm going to cover. Gina taking over the station yesterday. She just jumped downstairs. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that. Anything that's popping off out there in the community that we need to go on and hit up on, we can. Now, today is my first day of the 21-day challenge. The fast. I'm doing the fast for my challenge.
You doing fasting? You fasting?
Huh?
You already did fasting.
No, I did fasting last year.
Yeah, every single year.
Huh? Well, you got to clean yourself out. That's my daughters. They just mad because I ain't going to be going to eat with them. What are you doing? That's why I don't give you your own show. You just showing off. All right. So, like I said, because when I started the show, it was always along the lines of conscience. But of course, in order for that, you got to have health, because health is that wealth. Health is the true wealth. So, I start off the show on a whole health piece. So, I'm on the first day of my fast, and it'll go a 21-day period, 7 days of water. I'm going to add water, and the broth that I'm going to use is going to be a miso. So, it's a miso soup, water, broth, juice type thing. I can have vegetable broth and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? No solid foods. Second week, first part of that week will be water only. And then 3 days, or is it 2 days? 2 days into the water only, I will move. I got my schedule around here. But 2 days into the second week of the water only, I will move into a dry fast. And that dry fast will go for 3 days. So you got 2 days of water, 3 days dry, then 2 more days of water. That's a total of 7. Stop before you hit my baby in the face. You're doing too much. Second week, real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. So the second week will be dry. Alright? So, my fault. Second week will be 2 days water, 3 days dry, 2 days water. 7 days. Then that brings us back to the juice, the water, and the broth, which will phase me right back in to my diet. Right now, I weigh 176 pounds. We will check next Umoja to see how much I lost or gained or whatever, and just live the life, right? So because like I said, I'm gonna use this time to get in tune. I'm gonna use time to do some writing. I'm gonna use this time to really get in line with myself. But of course, Ambrosia will be in that first and second week. Mine is unfiltered. Ooh, give me a favor, Gina.
Huh?
Go in there. Give me one of those. I want one of those. Give me one of those yellow tops. Thank you. All right, because I had some left from the festival. So we're going to pop this first. I need Gina. Go in there and bring me a big cup, if it's that big glass cup in there, and I need a bottle cap opener. But I'll save that for the conversation. This right here is the Justice League. Gonna help clean me out. Lemon, lime, ginger, and cayenne. Each one of those represents one member of the Justice League. The yellow, the lemon represents Superman, the sun. The lime, which is very, very similar
right
to...
here yesterday.
What?
The big cup was right here yesterday.
What big cup?
The big cup.
No, a cup that I could open this in. I need a bigger cup.
Oh.
Look in there and give me a bigger cup.
The glass thing? No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let me finish what I was saying. The lemon represents Superman. The lime is Wonder Woman, because she got basically the same powers as Superman. You know what I'm saying? So they the same thing. It's just different colors or something like that. What's going on with my Streamio connection? Let me check something real quick, fam. Hold on. Alright, my Wi-Fi is on. So they saying my Restream connection is weak. Let's see what's going on.
Here you go.
Thank you. I need a bigger cup to put it on. You can't just open my stuff like that. So we're having problems with the stream. I apologize. And it's dropping, folks. Very interesting. So I guess this might be the proper time for me to turn off. Somebody's still watching on Hot Tim. Alright, family, I'm trying to move everybody to Gye-Nyame Journey Media on Facebook if you're on there, as well as Gye-Nyame Journey on YouTube, because I'm going to start cutting those off. So let's go and get this libation off. You see a bigger cup in there?
I don't see a cup back here, both.
Oh, that'll work. Thank you, Sasha Mosh. That is resourceful of you, my dear. Alright, needless to say, I'm hungry already. We just started. I'm hungry. So Sasha Moss brought me this right here. So you'll understand why in a second if you have never experienced this. We got somebody on the line. Who this on the line? Alright. What's up, Elder Alona? How you doing?
I'm good. I just finished a long 50-minute walk at the park with my dog. I saw your text come across and said, well, I can listen.
Alright, cool. So you just want to listen in. Alright. So
I just want to listen in.
I won't bother her, right? But everybody else that calls is gonna be a victim. I'm just joking. Alright, so we're gonna pour our libations real quick, and then we're gonna have our discussion. Also, I didn't get a chance to upload the discussion that we had at the Divine Conversations yesterday. Is going up, and it should be available in maybe the next, if it's not available already, maybe in the next 5 minutes, it will be available. So we can talk about that if you want. What happened at the Divine Conversation. But like I said, it's open right now, family. It's open discussion, and we're going to chop it up on this beautiful day. All right, so here we go. Let me see. What am I missing? All right, I can put the bowl down. Calm down, ladies, because I don't like when y'all be playing with sticks and stuff. You going to hit one. Y'all not that. Put them down.
Okay.
Put them down. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey, fam. All right, here we go. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that Creator and we say, Ashe.
You want to hear that?
What?
She said, let's do this the old-fashioned
All right? Do it the old-fashioned way. Just don't hurt each other. Next, we move. They practicing fighting. This real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. We move from there to our ancestors, family, and it is a pleasure once again to lift up our ancestors, our tribal family, the thing that connects all of us, right? That's working for us. So here we go. Get ready. Miles Brown, Miss Ham, Robert the Texan, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher Pendergast, and Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, Pat Rob, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ryan Cole. Man, I got the windows open. Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Broford, Actor Junior J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxter Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Reed Nelson, Mr. Patrick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark. All right, ladies. Just because I read louder don't mean you talk louder.
Okay.
Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Inez McCray, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Levita Farmer, Agosu Sue.
No, I took out the match. What?
Agosu Sue, Sheila Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dix, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore. Don't y'all got a room? Don't y'all got a room?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, go clean it up. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. We was at, let's start at Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Heather Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankston, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson. I think my daughter's been cutting my list. Excuse me. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Once again, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Del Rita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, May Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey and Eleanor Howe, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carla Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dillimon Aries, Gina Roop Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson. Delise Waters, DeFritis Hines, Inez Bosick, Edna Bosick, Winifred Scanterberry, Wilson Hadley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Long, Maya Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Cathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard. Anybody that know anything about computers, I got this stuff that just keep popping up. I need to get this off. I'm trying to wait for some money so I can go and get everything right. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going to be able to take these messages too much longer. Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavers, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Kate, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Senior, Melly Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Viola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Melly and Charlie Scott, Ada Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. He Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Benella, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staton, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lady Green, Nathan Green, Beth Barnes, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.A. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruben Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Irvin, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Reshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Corporate, George Swan, Emmanuel Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. On to our black book. There we go. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severance Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid Isen, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Archie Gripper, Dominic Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, and Teresa Sambu. Family, we raise up our glass saluting all of our ancestors, our combined ancestors that make us a tribe, that make us a family, that makes us, right? We lift up our glass and we salute and we say, Ashe. I got somebody calling in on Hangouts. I never checked that out before. Brother Kwame said, I'm putting a shout out for the sister who was vending Gye-Nyame keychain. She was vending alongside Sister Mayat. I want that keychain. So if you know her, I need to know how to. So family, now this is a whole nother reason that we're having the Toasted Talk, so we could talk about stuff like this. Because I didn't get a chance to see too many vendors. I had to run in and run out, boom, boom, boom. Y'all know how it is. So anybody, Brother Kwame is looking for the sister that had the Gye-Nyame keychains. I want me a Gye-Nyame keychain too. Right? So anybody know who that was? They probably on the list, and I don't want to have to call through the whole list to find out who was doing it. But yo, we lifting up our glass, saluting all of our ancestors. And we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. And right now, we are on Umoja, the start of another magnificent and powerful week for all of us. Right? We are in the present moment on Umoja right now in this moment. For those that don't speak the language, Umoja means unity. Now, check this out. Activate your reticular formations. Can you find examples of unity in your family, unity in your tribe, unity in your community, unity in your village, unity in your organizations, unity in your job? We need to start focusing and seeking out those things that we want, that we need. And they out there. Our principles are acting. Regardless of whether they're conscious or unconscious, in some form or fashion, we all can find examples of each one of those principles. Take a picture of it, record it, video record it, make a comment about it, and post it up on Gye-Nyame Journey's timeline, and your timeline as well. Brother Kwame say, if we have Sister Mayat contact info, she would definitely know. All right, Sister Mayat. I got him. I don't remember who that is, bro. And CeeLo is screaming, there's no tomorrow, because I ain't been playing that. Alright, so for the now, I'm going to do it for a special request. Who is this calling in? How does that work? Hello?
Tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. So we lifting up our glass to this present moment, keeping our pact with our past, and keeping our pact with the future generation, family. By handling our business in the now, we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Oh, my fault. I skipped too much. So, unity is the principle of the day. The modern principle of the day is truth. The color is violet. As you see, I found my purple shirt, my violet shirt, close to violet as I get. Mentalism is the hermetic law of the day. We have male name for the day is Kwojo. Female name is Ajua. Right? So, we lift up and we salute this moment and we say, Ashe. Christine, Miss CeeLo say, why not? Sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's not. So we just make it happen here at Gye-Nyame Journey. She is Brother Ed's Patah Ra lady friend. Okay. Alright. So anybody out there that know this, because Kwame want that keychain, I want it too, but he is persistent. Alright. So we lift up our glass for this moment. We say, Ashe, we toast our children, our children's children onto infinity. Family, realize that our children will not have a foundation to stand on, will not have ground to grow out of if we do not handle our business in the now. So we are toasting our children, not only to remind them or to, in a sense, toast them in advance and welcome them into this world, but we're toasting them to remind ourselves that we got work to do. We got work to do. We lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations and we say Ashe. Currently, Sister Regina says that currently at 2255 Medina, getting ready to honor our ancestors, Umoja, Kuumba, Kuchaglia. Right? They have the, I don't have the flyer. Post up what's going on so I can read that out for the people that's out here. Alright? Then also, somebody can call in and talk to us while it's happening too. Because I'm going to be up here for a little while. I don't know how long. We lift up our glass. and we say Ashe. Family, from there, we toast all our relations. We say Ashe. From all of our relations, you know where we go? We go to that selfish libation. This is just for you. Just for you. Just for you. Right? What do you need in this moment to move towards your greatness? What is that one thing that you need right now? This is that selfish toast, family. Toast up for yourself. Pray for yourself. Toast and pray and pour for yourself. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, I toast the most magnificent, uplifting, inspiring, beautiful, intelligent, most learned, strong, bravest individual in the room. Don't be shy. I'm talking about you. Go on, stand up, take a bow. It's you. It's you. It's you. We toast and we say, Ashe. Family, we at the journey. Wish you peace, power, and joy. And 100 years. And we say, Ashe. 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 All right, now the lines are open. Hold on. Now, the ambrosia is at that perfect state, right? Where a majority of the sweetness has been consumed. So now, all the honey has been transformed into something else, right? All of the vitamins of the green tea, all of the minerals in the green tea and the honey have been totally released, and it's at its perfect state. I got about a day, 2 days to drink this up because it's going to move towards the vinegar, which is still good. Don't get me wrong. It's still good. But I want to enjoy it while it's still sweet. So I'm going to be sipping on this all throughout the day because vinegar makes me think of salad. And right now I'm fasting. We don't want the salad thoughts popping up on the brother. You know, I got enough stuff that I'm trying to deal with right now. I don't need the attack of the salad. Because this ambrosia makes some excellent salad dressing, family, or base for salad dressing. So now I am opening up the phone lines for the family that want to call in. Call in number 614-556-4535. Once again, number is 614-556-4535. I'm going to type it in on both platforms. Let me make call in number 614-556-4535. Let me put it on Spreaker as well. I don't believe that is it still recording? Alright. So I might be able to do a lot on my phone. Alright. Call in numbers. Call in number 614-556-4535. Bow. So call in lines are open, family. Open discussion. What is it you want to talk about? Kwame said, I will have to put in an early order for my Kwame drink as I am using it to heal me from some kind of stomach virus, perhaps, or something not quite right in my belly. Now, all right, I will start brewing around the 30th. Not brewing. I will start fermenting around the 30th. But, for that right there, I'm going to say this, Kwame. I do have some bottles of the Justice League. And that'll get up in there and knock that shit out. But you already know how my small bottles be, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be supervised when you open them because you know how they be. Those that get my bottles, y'all know how the bottles be. So I'm going to open this one and see how it is. But I got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got enough for a gallon. And I think that might help you because the cayenne will help push that out along with the ginger and the lemon and the lime. I think that might work a little bit better than the Kwame. But the Kwame is cold. Don't get me wrong. If you want to order, if you want to wait for it, but if you need something now, I got the Justice League. So let me know what you want to do. I keep them in individual bottles, or I can pop them open and put them in a gallon. But I think it might even be better for you if you keep them in the bottles, pop it open, let it do its thing like we're going to demonstrate on the show real quick, because I'm going to be able to back the camera up. Because soon as this thing gets the way I want it, I'm going to be able to move the camera and do all this stuff and have the camera follow my face. This equipment that I'm getting is coming slow, but it's coming for sure. So let's go and finish up this batch. Or I got a whole nother gallon of original if you want that as well. My piece is I want to get to you what you need as soon as possible, but I will not be able to start until the 30th, and I'm gonna have to brew enough to go all the way, because I'm gonna try to brew on the 30th. I'm gonna have to brew exactly on the 15th, and I'm fasting, so I'm gonna be kind of in and out of reality. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm fasting, I get crazy urges, like right now. You know what I'm saying? My body's saying, well, if you ain't gonna eat, we might as well go run. Like, I ain't run in 2 years. I'm about to go out here and die. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I get these crazy thoughts. So, family, lines are open. Or, actually, what do I got left? How early are you talking? Because I think this ginger and lemon lime will work for you. But I got some black seed. I got some dandelion root. I got to get the burdock root. I don't have the burdock root. How did you enjoy it with the live burdock root? I know y'all be like, y'all, you and Kwame talk all the time. I talk to my toasters, family. Now, those that are new, because another reason I sent out the message to everybody was because I got some new people on the line, and I want y'all to know that you have options. Now, we don't text as far as the Daily Toast. We don't text everybody on the Daily Toast. I have a certain crew of people that I text on a daily basis for the Daily Toast. He said, I'll wait for my Kwame drink. Honey Bunny can add cayenne and some of the other stuff to what I have here with me right now. There you go. All right. So here we go, family. I can't remember what I was talking about. Real life here, Gye-Nyame journey. Oh, I get delusions when I be fasting, so I might have to put on some running shoes and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't eating. I gotta do something. I got little side things that I do, and all of them are not super healthy. But I have to do stuff to kind of keep me sane. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that goes on. And and part of the show is not just therapy, not just for me, but it's for our community. We got to be able to talk about some of the things that have been affecting and that has been hindering us as far as our growth. So we've been doing this for about 3 years now, at least in the format and the way that we're doing it now. But we have to get to a point where we can actually start sitting down and having those uncomfortable conversations. Maybe not on Facebook and YouTube, right? But get to familiar enough with each other where we can, when we do sit down at some of these events. Because I just said yesterday, and I wasn't thinking. I said we need at least 4 events a year, right? But in actuality, we are doing right now as a family, far as this market, the mall, we are having an event once a month. So we got at least, until football season. And I got to see how we can work out with the football season, because football season going to kind of throw us off. And those days where we're thrown off on the Kuumbas, we will move to the Imanis if at all possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want us up there with that football crowd, because there's a whole no, can't do that. I'm thinking, but it'll cause too much conflict. No. Let me think. Y'all already know my mind is working on that shit because I just thought about that shit. Because football, family, listen. If the Black Panthers would have started a football league, we'd probably be free. I'm just telling y'all right now. Because them parents, and when you do the sports and the basketball, the next generation of young leaders coming up. Start a football, basketball, you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that the recreation centers in our communities do with these little leagues, we need to start leagues, right? Why? Because the parents are so proud of their children and they're so proud of the teams. You can do drill teams. See, and what we have to be able to do as a community is build up a pride in things, right? Because then parents as well as children will get involved and they'll do everything that they can to do it. You ought to see some of these parents. These parents come to the football games and be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? Be ready to put up money. And what's worse than the football? Because but the competition with the girls is like the drill teams and the cheerleading. I don't even go to that shit. I'm just being honest because, listen, I learned this back in the early 80s. When my mom was a cheerleading coach and we went and her team won, you know, it was almost like we had to have security to get to leave that goddamn place. It was violent back then. I can only imagine because one time some of the sisters was like, "Come on, brother Tim, you can go and judge." Hell no. I'd rather be at the football. It's safer when I'm dealing with men. I'm just gonna be honest, cause man, sisters, y'all, y'all hurt somebody's feelings and then call the police when they respond. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, I ain't never been called that many motherfuckers. And I got to grab my rank B's. I'm hurt. Should I respond? You know, I don't mess with, no, sisters is rough, man. Listen, but yeah, that's part of the movement because like I said, we got to find intelligent ways to get our children involved. And I'm not, because I know some of y'all will be like, well, football hurt brains and I play football, I'm all right. But that we in a different age. So we got to find ways to bring communities together and give them things to support and move that out into the gym. See, because this is the whole piece. If we want to show what we doing works, we got to show that it works in all aspects of life. Like, for example, it does our collective no good to have all these intelligent, super intelligent individuals that could break down history to its final compound. They could tell you about all the conspiracies of the United States and tell you all the dates and times. But they can't make no money, no success in their own life. Mentally, they are successful as hell. But far as in life, they getting their ass whooped. That does our movement no good. Now, but what would happen if we had a football team where, you know what I'm saying, a lot of those young people was going to school, they weren't getting in trouble. A lot of those young people were succeeding in school, and then they went out on the football and the basketball court and whooped ass. And every time somebody say, why y'all so good? Because we followed the Nguza Saba. We used the Nguza Saba principles. Hell, all our plays is named after Nguza Saba. You know what I'm saying? The laws of my eye. You know what I'm saying? Just think. I want us to seriously think about this because we have to move into this. And what it does, it puts you in touch with other people that will look at what you're doing and be like, I don't want my child with the Blue Devils and the ghetto Gators. I want them with them. Right? I want them with them. And then you have the young people that play football for your team be involved in other things. Like, for example, because this is what Now think about this. What would happen if not only we had a sports program, but in order to participate in the sports program, they had to participate in the camps, and the families would have to come and support different things. Because I'm telling you right now, a lot of these families would do that stuff. They would do that stuff. So let's get to some of the stuff we want to talk about. Let me finish this ambrosia first. And call-in lines are open 614-556-4535. Brother Kwame say run a Tahuti sweep right on 2. A Tahuti sweep right. Family, listen, I'm just trying to let y'all know. You grab them kids, we grab the kids, a lot of adults is gonna come. And then you look at Brother Hatil's philosophy, grab the kids, and whether the adults come or not, eventually those children are gonna grow up into adults. And you got them. Simple. I mean, this is not a hard. This thing we dealing with is not hard. It's not complicated. They're using brute strength and force. It's not easy. It's easy to beat that shit. You know what I'm saying? Most of my actual life combats, I've been dealing with motherfuckers that's been stronger than me and bigger than me and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of the fights I didn't even have to do because I was able to fuck with their mind long enough. They ain't want to fuck with me. Because I learned a long time ago, like I be telling all my young people, most people don't want to fight. They just want to win. That's it. They just want to win. They don't really want to fight. So when they find out that there's a possibility that they gonna get their ass whooped, there's a small. It don't even have to be. Listen to me. A 15% chance of you getting your ass beat for somebody that just want to win is not worth it. I mean, I got 85% of 85%, but there's still that 15%. No. Dang, I'm not 15%. No, them ain't good odds. God damn, 15%. You talk a lot of shit for somebody who But let me get to some of this. I'm feeling good today, family. What day is it? I mean, because they got so many holidays that they be throwing up on us. Can somebody tell me what day it is today?
It's Tuesday. Day.
Yeah, go on, give me my push-ups. Give me my push-ups.
Ujama.
No, today is not Ujama, but I won't make it. No.
Ujima.
Go on, it's not.
Yeah.
For those that's new to Gye-Nyame, we have conquered the week. So, let me back this thing up because I want y'all to see as I open how to open one of the Gye-Nyame journeys, that ambrosia. So, what I have my daughter bring me a bowl or something. Now, the bowl is because with our product, this is a living thing, right? It's a living thing. So inside of here we have billions, if not trillions, of small activities going on. We have a culture in here, family. And the one shame that I do have is that microorganisms organize better than we do. How can a so-called brainless organism understand and organize better than us? It just baffles my mind. So we got billions of yeast and bacteria in this bottle right now, sharing what little bit of honey is left. They're not fighting with each other. They're dispensing it around, and all of them are eating. They started with a lot, and now it's down to a little, and eventually they will go into a dormant state because there's absolutely none left. So, right now, so what I do is I take my bottle, I put it in a bigger bottle or a bowl. But before you do that, if you ain't already do this, what?
What if it explodes up?
Gina said, what if it explodes upwards? This is why I'm showing them how to do it. So,
Wait.
go ahead, Sasha.
What if it explodes up and comes on the wall?
Y'all gonna clean it. I got kids.
You won't clean it.
You gonna clean it. I have children.
I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna be outside.
Be of service. I'm trying to teach you how to be of service. All
I'm
right.
gonna be outside.
Be of use. All right. So here we go. Clean off your bottle. Right. Put it inside the glass. Now, when you open it, I see y'all can see this. I want you to cap at one end. Do not, listen. Do not thrust this whole damn cap off. Please. All right? I'm going to do a video and demonstrate what happens when you do that. But some of y'all going to be hard-headed. And what you do is you cap it just a little bit to see how active it is. You see that? Look at that.
It's alive.
You see that?
It's throwing up. It's like, get me out of this place.
So this one is still... Ooh, y'all smell the lemon? Lime? Ooh, man. All right. So
Ginger.
this one is not... So it's building up. So anybody that want lemon lime, these ones is good right now. You can smell the lemon coming up out of it.
I smell
So right
a
now what I'm
little
going to do is I'm going to take a little bit
I
more.
smell a little bit of ginger.
Because this one is... Ooh, look at that. Look, y'all see that? Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
We
Look
make
at
this.
that.
I'm teaching them how to do it. And I'm willing to teach other people in our community how to do this. Because this right here could be a staple for us. What do I mean by a staple? A staple is something in which our people will only buy it from us. Pass my glass. Where's my glass?
Your glass or your cup? Your glass cup.
Girl, don't you break that.
Yeah, you broke his blue one, so.
So, here we go. Let's watch it pour.
His blue glass. His blue baby color glass. Yeah, this blue glass.
This is the Justice League.
The Justice League, no.
You see that head on there? Now, you get this from the small bottles. But the small bottles is hard to do. That's why I had to take the price up.
You're a black man.
Okay, and what they got to do with?
No, fat man. No, black man.
I'm black man, huh? All right, so this is my meal for the day. I might give me some miso soup a little bit later.
Ah,
All right, here we go.
he's fasted. He's fasted. Yeah, he doesn't eat food anymore. I want to be fasting with you.
You're going to be able to fast as long as you
Yeah.
can. You can fast as long as you can.
Yeah.
So, family, now, those that want to do the 21-day challenge with me, or anybody that want to take the Nguza Saba 21-day... Hold on. Can I do my show?
No. You can't.
Now, for anybody that want to take the 21-day challenge, it's called the 21-day Nguza Saba Challenge. And we call it that because one of the things that happen is there's a transformation with you, right? Because after 21 days of using the days as your markers, you start adjusting from using the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you use the Nguza Saba to run through the days. That's one of the first transformations. So you start, boom, you applying those rules. So when you slip up and say the day, unless it's in a business context and you're dealing with people outside of our culture, you don't have to do push-ups. But when you do, or you do some type of exercise to kind of train yourself to start thinking in our way. How's our way? First things we have to take command of is our time. One of the major things that everybody that you hear people say every day, they say the day of the week. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get you to start using our language to describe the day of the week. Huh? All right, come on, Sasha. Come on, baby. What's that, Sasha?
A shell.
Where you get that shell at, Sasha?
At the playground yesterday.
All right, they found a beautiful, well, actually, Gina found a beautiful shell yesterday.
And it had a baby shell inside of it.
It did?
Yeah.
Where the baby shell at?
Okay.
They found this at the playground. I'm very suspicious. It was just sitting at the playground. But I let them get it.
Where is it?
Of course, you know we're gonna have to sage it, but it's already in the house now, so I'm not. You know, I got ancestors. I ain't concerned about no bullshit. So, but you know, I am kind of concerned.
And you can tell this is real.
Yep, it's very real. All right, so can I finish my show now?
It looks fake.
Thank you very much. Can I finish my show?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No.
I appreciate you for allowing me to do my show. All right, so
You always $1.
let's get to some of the stuff I wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
So we have an article from The Nation. This article is by Ann Ross Coleman. It was published on May 22nd, 2019. It's called Black Capitalism Won't Save Us. Now, family, listen to this. Elder Ilona, I think you still there. It would possibly be better for you if you wanted to listen in.
I'm here.
It possibly be better for you to go. I don't know how clear it is on the phone, but it'd probably be better for you to go to the speaker. If you click the link and go to speaker and listen. What you doing, little girl? But anyway, if you comfortable, I'm comfortable.
Click the link and go to Spreaker.
Yes, it's a link in the text message I sent you. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to the speaker, and you don't have to hold the phone up. You can just put it on the speaker and just listen in. Or if you're comfortable doing it like this, that's cool too.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try.
Anybody else? Because I'm about to read some stuff, and hopefully some of y'all get pissed off, and we could have us a healthy discussion. Hot damn. This clearing up my sinuses. I don't think I'm gonna sell this. It's 20 bottles. That's a bottle a day. I don't know if y'all ready for this.
Okay. Good. It's good.
It's not sweet at all.
It tastes like ginger.
You taste ginger?
Yeah.
So I put the right amount of ginger. What you think, G?
It's not bad. It's not bad. Sour, gingery, a lot of gingery.
All right. So now, before I get into this, I just want to thank everybody that came out.
Can I do it?
Everybody that came out and supported the Malcolm X Revolutionary Festival. We got the Raw Rising ceremony coming up, and I'm gonna talk to my team and see what we could do for that. And I don't know whether we could do a breakfast or something to kind of celebrate the community. Because the Raw Rising is when the sun rises. So maybe I want to do something where we are able to celebrate the community in some form of fashion, or maybe we might have to do like we did at the last year's Marcus Garvey and feed the community with the fish and the salad. Yeah, oh yeah, because Brother Deshaun fried the fish.
That was catfish.
And no, it wasn't no catfish.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
God, it's real life here, Johnny. Pray for me, family. Pray for me. Pour for me, please.
It was catfish. Catfish. Catfish.
It's like my second or third set of kids, and I'm just not
Catfish.
really. I'm not really.
Catfish.
They're young,
Catfish. Shut up. Catfish.
especially girls, man. I didn't never had girls in my life until they was like 13. I didn't get my daughters till they was like 12, 13 years old. This
14.
is
14.
crazy.
It's 14.
I'm trying. So pray for me.
Pray for
Pour libations for me.
You got do not. Do
Huh?
not. You got 1,000 kids.
I ain't got quite 1,000, but I
You
got a lot.
got 1,000,000. You got infinity kids.
Also, family, be on the lookout.
He got
Jones,
infinity.
listen. We have Simba Camp coming up here in Ohio, right? It's going to be in July. I don't know exact time in July, but Simba Camp will be coming up, and we will be having one camp in Ohio. I will be a little bit more specific, but once again, I'm going to ask the family to help with donations so that we could do it, because that camp Right now, I'm thinking because they rent in the camp, it costs about, I'm thinking somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000. I got to see how much. But the piece is, we got to raise as much as we can as a community, and then we're going to make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? What?
When is the only girl came out?
Oh, the sim. Well, you. How old are you?
I'm 8. I'm 9.
When you gonna be? You're not 8.
Yes, I am.
Are you 8?
Yes. No, she's not.
Oh. Well, you might be old enough to go to Simpson. I need to go and check it out. She's not. Her birthday until her birthday. Well, anyway. All right. So back to my article.
I'm 6.
Back to my article.
No.
Black capitalism won't save us. Celebrities like Killer Mike and Jay-Z equate black ownership with liberation. But you can't end racial equality with consumerism. By Aaron Ross Coleman. Let's go and check this out. Because I think this is good conversation here. Last month, Jay-Z fumbled his tribute to the slain rapper and entrepreneur Nipsey Hussle, performing a eulogy. Put that back. It's real life here, Gye-Nyame. Go on.
Okay.
Last month, Jay-Z fumbled his tribute to the slain rapper and entrepreneur Nipsey Hussle, performing a eulogy freestyle in New York City's Webster Hall. He told his audience they could best honor Nipsey Hussle's legacy by claiming eminent domain over their neighborhoods and gentrifying their community. The performance drew shock and condemnation. Being told to gentrify your own neighborhood by someone accused of gentrifying his own is predictably infuriating. Now, if those that don't know what he's talking about, basically, Jay-Z was a front man for the Brooklyn Nets or whatever it is, and he went to the community and got them to agree with it, possibly made promises that wasn't delivered on. They moved all the poor folk, all the black folk, because we know when all the black folk out, got rid of them, didn't provide the job that was promised, and then gentrified that whole community, right? Because you want people that's gonna buy tickets. You want season seat holders. That's not who's living in Brooklyn, that part of Brooklyn where they built the building at. They need to attract a whole nother audience. So they have to gentrify. That means remove one group and bring another group in to take advantage of all of the beauty and all the stuff that's going on there, right? The culture. Brother Kwame say, Hey Mama Alona, Cat in 10. Now, for those that don't know, this is our new call out in Gye-Nyame, so we all gonna have to learn this. Cat in 10. Cat in 10. Cat in 10. And Kwame could call in and tell us how to pronounce it properly. But basically what this means is our own thing. This is our thing. You know what I'm saying? What we doing as far as the building, as far as Tawi, as far as Gye-Nyame, as far as our family, Cat and 10. This is our thing. Our thing, right? You know what I'm saying? We have to become and start putting this in ourselves and putting it in our children. This is our thing. Right? And as the market start growing, and because I want you to understand this is the ultimate vision. As the market start growing, it is able to at least provide a few money-making opportunities for all the vendors there, open them up to the community, and it is able to support maybe 2 or 3 jobs within the management and the advertisement and the cleanup afterwards for individuals in our tribe. Please understand, all kingdoms are built on the foundation of the market and the controlling of the market. Family, I'm not playing. Let's get back to the article. Shouts out to Sister Navita. I see you out there. Shouts out to Sister Navita,
Shout out to
who
Gye-Nyame.
kept everything kept everything in line.
Dr. Gina Gaines?
That's who Gina's named after. But we on something else gone. I swear, I could have swore I pay enough. Y'all got your own room. Why y'all bother me?
Because you're bored. You're a dad. And we're bored.
And y'all bored, okay. All right, so let's go back.
And your show's bored.
And my show's bored?
Yeah.
Your mama.
It needs a little bit of pow. It needs a little bit of pow, pow, pow.
Oh, the show needs a little bit of pow, pow, pow.
When I say a little bit, I mean a lot.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Sasha. All right, here we go. Yet Jay-Z wasn't the only public figure mining the rapper's death for free market talking points. So obviously this dude don't like Jay-Z. I mean, I'm just saying. All right. Yet Jay-Z wasn't the only public figure mining the rapper's death for free market talking points. Senator Cory Booker resurrected Nipsey's mission to buy back the block. Issa Rae emphasized the importance to own in our own communities. Blavity touted the need to bank black. Get ready, y'all. Get ready. Because I need some call-ins on this because we're about to talk about this.
Can we go to the woods?
What?
Can we go to the woods after the show?
That might be a possibility. I ain't making no promises because I might want to sleep.
What? That is laziness.
But I do. You right. Celebrities and well-wishers surely have good intentions when they make plans to revitalize black areas like Nipsey South Los Angeles, but entrepreneurship and consumerism can only do so much because the reason black neighborhoods are troubled, mass evictions, mass incarceration, double-digit unemployment, redlining can hardly be blamed on the dearth of black ownership. He about to get deep. Changing them will require political and artistic narratives that extend far beyond the scope of black commerce. Long before Nipsey's death, the mythical prowess of black-owned businesses loomed as epic folklore. Now, family, listen, please, because I want y'all to get this. Now, I posted this on Gye-Nyame Journey. I want you to read this before you call in with this emotional. We can pull our shit up by our own bootstrap shit. Please read and get an understanding of what this dude is saying. Because the whole, how can I put it? The whole black economic power piece, the way it was elevated and the way that it was flaunted in front of us was in many cases a plot by the Nixon administration in order to enforce his idea of benign neglect. That's what I even before he get, I need y'all to understand that. This whole way because I want y'all to think about this. Y'all, we didn't put ourselves in this fucking situation that we in. We didn't immigrate to this motherfucker. We weren't even thinking about this motherfucker. We were snatched up and brought over here. With the cooperation with some of our people over there, and with the cooperation of some of the people in Europe, and with the cooperation of the people in America, and there's a debt owed. And we have to be very clear about this shit. So before anybody get on my timeline or get on my show and start talking this, pull yourself up by your own bootstrap. First, pay me what you owe me so I can buy my goddamn bootstraps. This is the piece that we are so used for taking the blame for what others did. We have found ways to justify it. And people have used clever campaigns to trick us into drinking this in whole, in mass. Hold on, speaking of drinks, I'm drinking some of my brothers. Hold on.
It's poison strawberry.
It's not poison. You don't pick the strawberries off the wild bush yet, baby. Let them get big. I'm experimenting. But it's good. You can eat it.
We can right now.
Yeah, it won't kill you. Might hurt you a little bit.
We can eat it.
All right.
Okay, this is so wild. So crazy.
The long before Nipsey's death, the mythical powers of black-owned businesses loomed as epic folklore. From Malcolm X's speeches calling black community to build companies larger than General Motors, to Jay-Z, the story of OJ, in which the rapper tells dealers to take your drug money and buy the neighborhood. Tales of entrepreneurial liberation have been on heavy rotation in the culture for generations. The narratives of emancipatory commercialism runs deeper still. Documentaries like The Green Book Guide to Freedom show elders recounting how black-owned businesses created unprecedented wealth in the community. High Flying Birds, a film written by Terrell Alvin McCraney, imagines an NBA revolt where black athletes create a co-op league of their own. Netflix Trigger Warnings urge viewers to invest in black business. The visions behind these works sees entrepreneurial black folks as free from exploitation, false intergenerations, false intergeneration, and racism. While the politics of transformative black ownership animate the world of entertainment, it can be poisonous for public policy. Let me read that again. While the politics of transformative black ownership animate the world of entertainment, it can be poisonous for public policy. See, because I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna keep on reading. Let me see if there's any more comments. I'm sorry, I jumped off the timeline for a second. What's up, Sister Navita? We know it's you. Why are you? Let me go back. No show better illuminates this than Killer Mike's trigger warnings. Like Nipsey Hussle, Killer Mike is a successful entrepreneur, activist, and rapper. With much of Nipsey's rhetoric focused on empowering people as entrepreneurs, Mike's politics preach the power of consumerism. I think that the black community can do a better job of keeping the dollar in our ecosystem longer, Mike said on his reality show. White and Asian people, Mike notes, recirculate money in their communities for weeks, while black communities only retain theirs for hours. After citing this fuzzy math, now founding, cite the study where what that math, because I've been guilty of saying that shit too. How the dollar stays in the Jewish community, how it stays in the Asian community, how it stays in the Hispanic community, how it stays in the white community, how many times it flips, and how short it stays in the black community. Daddy, cite the study.
Daddy, can we use that brown robe out there?
Yeah, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
When y'all get done, bring the scissors back in.
Okay.
I want you to cite the study. Where is the study or the facts that prove this whole circulation of the dollar thing? Now, I know we can see it, but where's the proof? Where's the numbers? Right? Go ahead. Mike notes recirculate money in the communities for weeks while black communities only retain theirs for hours. After citing the fuzzy math, he then praised Jim Crow of all things, saying that during segregation from top to bottom, the ecosystem from a dollar perspective stayed black. Now, I'm not disagreeing with him on that one. And as far as the author of this article, I hear you, but I don't agree. Because I see that you think that, everything is cool right now. But I'm glad you're dealing with the issue. Cleveland, Sasha Gina,
Yeah.
Are y'all setting something on fire out there?
No.
Do y'all have a lighter outside?
No.
Why do I smell something burning? Cleveland, I smell something burning.
Daddy, they know they're grilling.
Oh, okay. All right. Real life at Gye-Nyame Journey. All right. After citing this fuzzy math, He then praised Jim Crow of all things, saying that during segregation from top to bottom, ecosystem from a dollar perspective stayed black. Hence, we had a true black working class, a true black middle class, and we could send kids off to college. Here's Mike's logic point toward the type of economic segregation that would supposedly generate wealth through the ownership of black businesses. Now, I hear the author's disagreement with Killer Mike for the first part. And the first part, I mean the whole circulation of the dollar thing, right? There's no actual evidence for that, except for my personal experience, because I see that as soon as we get paid, we take our money directly somewhere else and circulate it. It comes nowadays, it don't even touch your pocket. It's already in the bank. So I can see what it is. All I'm saying is where the studies at. We need to develop those studies. One, to support what we saying. Two, to prove to other black folks like that might come like I'm coming at right now and say, where the facts? We the goddamn facts right here. We surveyed 10,000 black folks, and this is how they spent their money. And it never touched the black community. Alright? But the piece I'm saying is, I agree with the whole piece as far as the whole segregation piece. Not necessarily by bringing it back, but when things were segregated, the money would have to stay in our community a little bit longer before it actually left. And I think, we lost that. We lost, you know what I'm saying? We lost a whole lot when segregation in a sense was ended. And so many of us was wanting to go get that cold white man ice, because y'all know the story. The white man ice is colder than the black man ice. We wanted to experience all the shit that was over there, and we forgot about everything that we had already popping right here. Right? Then with the expressways and the inner belts and all this, there was a direct attack on separating us from our money and making it harder for us to spend with each other. And that's something that we have to combat. But let's keep on going. Politicking with a group of black barbers. Hold on. Well, I must go. Mike's logic points toward a type of economic segregation that would supposedly generate wealth through the ownership of black businesses. Politicking with a group of black barbers, Mike concluded that because we aren't focused on our dollar, our whole community seems to be suffering. The first episode follows Mike attempting to ameliorate the suffering by living black. He commits to consuming goods only from black-owned businesses. Good luck with that one. I seen that. That was a sad episode. With black supply chains, which leads him to face the limits of racial autarky, whatever the fuck that is. I gotta look that word up. Somebody look that word up. AUTARKY. Autarky. Racial autarky. I gotta look that up. I can't go no farther. My interest. Wait, hold on. I got Google. I mean, what the hell? Let's just go on in. Highlight this. Come on now. Notebook, push bullet. Wait a minute. So usually when I want the damn dictionary not to pop up, it pops up. Alright, so we're going to copy. And we're going to go and post it over here and put it in the dictionary. Autarky. How to pronounce it and everything. I got dictionary.com. This is where all these apps come in handy. Autarky. Economic independence or self-sufficiency. See? For a lot of us, our whole reality was expanded because now we got a new word. Say it again for me, white lady. Autarky. Say it with me, Sasha. Autarky means economic independence or self-sufficiency. A country, state, or society which is economically independent. Autarky. Like that. New word. Yell it again, baby. One more time.
On the key.
That's right. When he wants to smoke, he can't. His dealer sourced from white marijuana farms.
Because smoking doesn't help you breathe right.
Okay, thank you, Sasha. When he's hungry, there's only one sparsely stocked black grocer. When he travels outside Atlanta for a show, he can't find a black hotel. Even when he wants to drive, he can't because all his cars are made by white companies. The show chronicles the painful one-man boycott that, by the creator's own account, leaves Mike hungry and wandering the streets in the dead of night. However theatrical, the episode broadcasts how years of compounded divestments have made the politics of black capitalism useless. Gotta understand, it's politics. It's politics. People making decisions without our input. People making decisions using us as cannon fodder. People making decisions to take advantage of us. That has led to this point of where we are right now. In America, at every stage of the business life cycle, the economy beats black businesses like a piñata, battered by high insurance prices. Think about that. Hammered by stingy investors. Pummeled by exclusive supply chains. Assaulted by recessions. Thrashed by exclusionary regulators. Pounded by the intergenerational wealth gap. Stressing the intergenerational. A horrible community of marginal black worker entrepreneurs must compete with America's monopolies and oligopolies like Amazon and Walmart, flushed with cash and bolstered by lobbyists. The upshot is predictable. Because they are so wounded by the financial pressures that discrimination exerts, black business often can offer only fewer locations, higher prices, and fewer choices. Killer Mike's consumerism flounders under the racialized reality that black communities have been pushed down for too long to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Mike Troubles draw a striking comparison to one of the final scenes from James Baldwin's book of essays indicting American racism. The Fire Next Time. After a long interview at the Chicago estate of Elijah Muhammad, Baldwin debates his chauffeur, a young member of the Nation of Islam, who tells Baldwin how the black dollar could support a self-sufficient economy free from the ills of the country's bigotry. He spoke to me first of the, and this is a quote, he spoke to me first of the Muslim temples that were being built, Baldwin wrote, or were about to be built in various parts of the United States, of the strength of the Muslim following, and of the amount of money that is annually at the disposal of Negroes, something like $20 billion. That alone shows you how strong we are, he said. Baldwin, a well-read, well-traveled debater, quickly gives the young nationalists a two-piece. He spoke asserting that additional segregation would shrink black spending power. He prods inquiring about the political ramifications of a less productive economy. As he goes on, the man's face soon contorts, sensing that the driver is out of his depths and conscious enough not to break his spirit. Baldwin pulled back and speaks directly to the readers instead. Here we go. This is James Baldwin. I was thinking, in order for this to happen, your entire frame of reference will have to change, and you will be forced to surrender many things that you now scarcely know you have. I didn't feel that the things I had in mind, such as the pseudo-elegant heap of tin in which we were riding, had any very great value. But life would be very different without them, and I wonder if he had thought of this. The shortcomings Baldwin saw in the driver's politics in 1962 undermine Killer Mike's today. Baldwin wrote that the massive black boycott would cost the driver his car, just as it claimed the Atlanta rappers on trigger warning. not to mention his cell phone and his diet. In this century, just as in the last, black businesses offer mere band-aids to cover the gun wound of racial inequality. God damn, this is a good writer. As a rule of thumb, for evaluating the efficacy of a policy designed to affect black neighborhoods in 2019, it's always smart to double check the merits of any proposal endorsed by Donald J. Trump. Last December, he endorsed black capitalism in the form of opportunity zones. Listen up. This is where it gets touchy. Opportunity zone. Everybody say it with me. Opportunity zones.
Opportunity zone.
Thank you, Sasha Mosh. Let me go and check and chat. In an uncharacteristically diverse White House ceremony, Tim Scott, Ben Carson, I need a drink on that. And a cadre of bald black men in dark suits flanked Trump as he introduced his Opportunity Zones executive order. On its face, it looks benign. The program promises to leverage tax breaks, and lean on investors, entrepreneurs, and historically black colleges and universities to revitalize urban and economically distressed communities. But as with many of Trump's policies aimed at communities of color, opportunity zones flow from what legal scholars like Mercer Baradaran describe as cynical and racist origins. Sasha and Gina, if y'all planning on going somewhere, y'all need to take a shower.
We took a shower last night though.
Did y'all?
Yeah.
I don't remember y'all taking no shower last. What do y'all do? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Good.
What are you doing?
Me?
That ain't answer my question. What are you doing? Don't be messing with my tomato plant.
We're not.
What you doing?
We're making DIY.
You making what?
DIY.
That means do it yourself. You don't make DIY, you do DIY. What are you doing?
I'm making it. I'm doing DIY.
Okay, if y'all can package that, we can sell that. We need some money. If you can package DIY, which means do it yourself, I'm done. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey.
No, we're doing 5-minute craft.
Okay. In her book, The Color of Money, got the book, Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap, Baradaran explains how the program was innovated in Richard Nixon's administration as he took office in 1968. Black Americans reeled from generations of discrimination. Instead of mobilizing the large federal government's response needed to quell racial inequality through reparations or targeted anti-poverty programs, the president nimbly, this means this lying motherfucker, nimbly, he was able to jump over, duck under, fake out, nimbly co-opt the Black Power movement rhetoric of economic self-determination to push a segregated black economy, thereby justifying his neglect of other proposals for meaningful reform. So basically, for those that understand, he was able to take our Black Power talk to talk about the benefits of us spending with ourselves. And he was able to take that talk and flip it to where we were responsible for paying ourselves reparations. I want you to think about that. It's like me punching you in the face and then convincing you that you are responsible and that you punched yourself in the face. Come on, family. They basically, we got to understand what we're dealing with. They basically take our rhetoric and use our rhetoric against us to say, listen, you need no assistance from government. But yet and still, every time you buy candy, every time you buy clothing, every time you buy shoes, every time you buy gas, every time you pay your bills, and every year when you pay your taxes, you are paying into the United States government. You are paying into, if you live in Ohio, the state of Ohio. You are paying into the county that you live. You are paying taxes for certain protections and certain services. And you as black people have not been getting them. Your parents didn't get them. Your grandparents didn't get them. Your great-grandparents didn't get them. Your great-great-grandparents didn't get them. And before that, they were saw, or our people and our ancestors were saw as commodities in this country. And money was extracted from them and the trade of them. And up until this day, you have not received the protection and the full services of a full American citizen. Come on now. So this tricky dick, fool-hearted con man used our own rhetoric against us to make us feel bad about even having a conversation about reparations. Why? Because black people, you need to pull yourself up. We could pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. We don't have to pay nothing. We don't owe nothing. We gave y'all full free boat ride. We provided y'all with because I want you really, this is the argument that's coming on. We provided you with a free boat ride over here while my grandparents had to pay. We provided you with shelter and food so that you could work and you could serve the country. So why can't you pull yourself up by your own bootstraps? This is the argument that's being launched at us. This is what people are saying to us. And it's okay. Is it? We need to mentally, spiritually, socially, psychologically, and in some case physically start slapping motherfuckers in their mouth when they form their lips to even say some of this shit to us. I'm sorry. You know, y'all know how I get. I get excited and I jump off into my own shit. All right, so let's go and finish reading it. In her book, The Color of Money, Black Banks and the Racial Wealth Gap, Baradarian explains how the program was innovated in Richard Nixon's administration as he took office in 1968. Black Americans reeled from generation of discrimination. Instead of mobilizing the large federal government response needed to quell racial inequality. Baby, I am doing a show. What do you want?
Are these jalapenos?
No, those are not jalapenos. They're still kind of hot, but they're not super hot. Y'all want to grow jalapenos this year? Should we grow jalapenos this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of mobilizing the large federal government response needed to quell racial inequality through reparations or targeted anti-poverty programs, the president nimbly co-opted the Black Power movement rhetoric of economic self-determination to push a segregated black economy, thereby justifying the neglect of other proposals for meaningful reform. This program was black capitalism, a series of meager tax breaks and incentives touted as enabling a black entrepreneurship that would supposedly redress generations of racialized American plunder. I like how this writer code as fuck. Let me go back. That rolled off this program was black capitalism, a series of meager tax breaks and incentives touted as enabling a black entrepreneurship that would supposedly redress generation of racialized American plunder. Please understand, family, we have been plundered. We have been plundered. Look the damn word up. Plundered. It was a farce, a decoy made of styrofoam and plastic, but its minuscule price tag and rhetorical appeal made it a political masterstroke that grew into the go-to policy for American presidents. Ever since Tricky Dick launched this shit, everybody else has launched this shit on us. Do it yourself. We will provide tax breaks. What? How many, family? How many of y'all out there need tax breaks? Well, like myself. Put my little bit of money. We did our taxes. I kept all my receipts, all the donations. As a matter of fact, I hounded somebody to make sure that I get the receipts. Lost it, and they got it right back to me anyway. Made donations to Tawee. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to be able to use this. I got almost $1,000 in donation that I've been given personally. I go and I do my taxes, but really, the amount of money that I'm making between me and my wife and what we putting on the taxes, it didn't even affect shit. How many of y'all, I'm just like, and I'm just trying to keep it real. I didn't even need the shit. Sit up here like, what the fuck? Alright, and I know somebody out there like, you did your taxes, bro. That's cool. Use TurboTax. I want to save time. Carter did it. Reagan did it. Clinton did it. Obama did it. And Trump is doing it now with opportunity zones. So they give us little they give us little shit that sound good, but it's not real. Once again, this is why I keep telling black folks, we have to really start looking at our principles. Being able to distinguish the real from the unreal is very critical, because by us living in an illusionary state, we enable for other people to come into our community and plunder. The wealth of all these companies is built up on your backs. And now it's becoming impossible for any of us to even try to compete. Because you know what? If I can't beat you at what you do, I will buy you out. Big bank take little bank. Like I used to do it too, and I'm guilty of it. When we talk about we got $1.2 trillion worth of spending power, family. What the fuck is that? What is it? 1.2 trillion. And nobody ever asked the question, why is the only people that's talking about spending power black people? Spending power. That's the fucked up washer that y'all be hearing downstairs when I be doing my shows that be shaking. I know some of y'all be thinking that's the ancestors when I'm toasting, but that's the goddamn broken washer that I had to buy.
Why did you even buy it?
Be quiet. Real life here, Gye-Nyame journey. Spending power. The used car you got. The furniture you got. The bills that you pay every day. That's the spending power. And for people to come and argue with me about our spending power, when the spending power is basically money that most of us are using to survive and to have a place to sit down and do a fucking podcast. The spending power also includes your goddamn cell phone bill. Nobody talks about the $1 trillion that the Asians got in spending power. I don't hear no articles about that. I don't hear Asians jumping on each other about that shit. They got $1 billion, but they got half the workforce that we got. They got $1 trillion. We got 1.2, maybe 1.3, maybe 1.4, somewhere in there. Because I know somebody out there is very critical. They're going to listen to this and they're going to get straight to that and be like, Brother Hatem, you wrong about that. But it's not. It's below $1 trillion. I mean, like I said, it's below 2 trillion. Let me put it that way. So, with half the workforce that we have, the Asians has got $1 trillion worth of spending power. Nobody talks about that. This is where they calculate all that. And it's just a con that's being used on you to make you feel like you got something that you do not have. And it's time for us to grow up and stop falling for these illusions. It's like, and when it comes to us talking about politics, they send us to the amusement park, and we get dazzled by the glitter and the glow, and we go up and we start playing those games that's impossible to win because the cones are stick together, or the moles and the holes got a special pattern of coming out, and they don't count your hits, or I mean, it's just crazy, and we need to stop. All right, so they hit us with words like opportunity zones, when most of us can't take opportunity of the opportunity zones.
They're probably in the car.
I'm sorry. All right. The program Black Capitalism, a series of meager tax breaks and incentives touted as enabling a black entrepreneurship that would supposedly redress generations of racialized American plunder. It was a farce, a decoy made of styrofoam and plastic, but its minuscule price tag and rhetoric appeal made it a political masterstroke that grew into the go-to policy for American presidents. Carter did it, Reagan did it, Clinton did it, Obama did it, and Trump is now doing it with opportunity zones. Barbarian told me opportunity zone is black capitalism. It's been denuded. It's been denuded of the word black, but it's essentially the same idea. Black is not the chic word no more. Hold on, Cleveland. Why you? Come here, man. Sasha, what are you doing? What do you need?
I'm going up.
Okay, hold on. Open that and fix that for her, please.
Door.
The screen, man. We're preventing. My fault. We're pretending like we're helping distressed communities through capital, but it's actually not capital for communities themselves. Push that thing down. There you go, sir.
I see that. Thank you.
Balance it out. Even it out all the way across.
Oh, a screw came out.
Man, I'm so sick of this. Once again, the limits of black life. Living in a fucking apartment. These motherfuckers charge me charge my rent like it's the motherfucking stock market. So it could be $900 this month, $1,200 next month. All right. We're pretending like we're helping distressed communities through capital, but it's actually not capital for the communities themselves. It's development incentives. It is rich private equity firms and hedge funds getting tax incentives to do stuff, build stuff, and to create stuff in these distressed communities. They get the upside, and they're protected from the downside because, what, you couldn't find a screw?
No.
Well, find some way to fix it, man. You don't just walk in and surrender. Real life here, Gye-Nyame. Huh?
I forgot her flip-flops. Yeah.
They get the upside and they're protected from the downside because they are going to get tax credits. That is an extension of Nixon's brilliant decoy, she continued. So companies get to invest in our communities without having any skin in the game, family. So I don't have to invest in your community. I don't give a damn about you. I'm looking for a tax break. That's all it is. I didn't know it was this long, so I'm going to go and end the show. But, let's see. Have I got... Hey, Nation Builder, hi, Tim. What's up, Kirsten? Alright. Well, some people still on, so I'm going to go on there. Remember, we will be moving the show to Gye-Nyame Journey. Hey, Cleve, you need to hurry up, man. Close this door because Fly's coming in. While Nixon played off determination rhetoric during the Black Power movement, Trump taps into the language of uplift favored by rappers today, drawing from the entrepreneurial spirit that flows through the genre. Trump Opportunity Zone proposals has found strange bedfellows in business-minded rappers like Nipsey Hussle. In February, Forbes ran an article on Nipsey Hussle's titled "Inside Nipsey Hussle's Blueprint to Become a Real Estate Mogul." The piece plotted out Nipsey's entrepreneurship in the Opportunity Zone in Crenshaw and discussed his plan to expand a broader Opportunity Zone-based fund in 10 cities with his business partner David Gross, a Los Angeles-based real estate developer. The expansion plans center on collaborating with local celebrities like rapper T.I. in Atlanta to build a network of tax-advantaged businesses in low-income neighborhoods. In his wake, many publications recounted how Nipsey business touched the lives of Los Angeles residents and provided a lasting sense of community and ownership. And yet, it's difficult to separate programs like Opportunity Zones that assist high-profile black entrepreneurs like Nipsey to buy back the block from cynical policies of politicians like Trump's who ruthlessly undermine plans promoting systematic racial justice. So what we're doing is we're trading government responsibility for a few of us to have entrepreneurial success. Think about that. For decades, programs providing tax breaks and incentives to a high-profile black entrepreneur have sucked all the air out of policy conversations addressing racial, economic, and inequality. These dialogue. You just went out. What do you want?
Nothing.
Real life here at Gye-Nyame Journey. Lord have mercy. For decades, programs providing tax and incentives to a few high-profile black entrepreneurs have sucked all the air out of policy conversations addressing racial, economic inequalities. These dialogues focus on upper-middle-class black entrepreneurs, obscuring the plight of everyday black folks living in segregated areas. They ignore poor and working-class people who need direct investment the most. For example, when publications like Complex run stories describing Nipsey's Opportunity Zone funds as the economic version of Black Lives Matter, they miss the point. Black Lives Matter, a movement focused on radical redistributive policy for all black people, is the economic version of Black Lives Matter. Now let me read that again. A movement focused on radical redistributive policies for all black people is the economic version of Black Lives Matter. Not the shit that's happening right now. Reparations. Alright. And if history serves as our guide, it can be profoundly counterproductive to support economic justice agenda premised on the altruism of black entrepreneurs. Because as N.D.B. Connolly, a Johns Hopkins historian, notes, black entrepreneurs are capable of inflicting the same racialized inequalities seen in the broader American economy as anyone else. It's always very funny to me to hear people celebrate black capitalism as if somehow the black part is supposed to erase the capitalism part of it, he says. Remember what capitalism is, family. In capitalism, you have to have somebody that you take advantage of. It's true. Buy low, sell high. Right? I have to have somebody I could buy a product from or extract a product from for as little as possible. They call it racing to the bottom. Who can provide me the lowest price and still be able to survive and possibly live? And if you don't have protections, then I'm going to take as much advantage of you as possible because that's capitalism. And then I'm going to take the product that I got from you for a real low price and I'm going to up the price in another market and sell to my customers and take advantage of them. Capitalism is about being able to take advantage of other people. It ain't even about the cap. It ain't even about the competition. And if history serves our guide, it can be profoundly counterproductive to support economic justice agenda premised on the altruism of black entrepreneurs. Because as N.D.J. Connolly, okay, all right, boom, we read that already. Connolly cites the black business trailblazer Carl Hansberry, a 1940 Chicago real estate developer and slumlord. Black poets detested his tiny kitchenette units. Gwendolyn Brooks depicted them as grayed in and gray. Richard Wright decried them as the funnel through which our pulverized lives flow to ruin and death on the city pavements at a profit. Yet in the eyes of many policymakers and historians, Hansberry, the king of the kitchenette, epitomizes a civil rights and black capitalism success. In Connolly's book, A World More Concrete, Real Estate and the Remaking of Jim Crow South Florida, he traces several civil rights activists who also profiteered off of black customers in the segregated housing market in the South. And he notes that even renowned activists like W.E.B. Du Bois and Madam C.J. Walker owned black slums and busted black unions. Goddamn. Alright, we gotta look that up. Damn. W.E. Du Bois and Madam C.J. Walker owned black slums and busted black unions? What are you doing? What are you doing? Please don't hit my tomato plants. They just now, we just put them in. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. In the part, my fault, in the past and present, the rub of black capitalism is evident. It measures success in a few black entrepreneurs, while the everyday black people living, working, and shopping in segregated economies still face existential financial threats. They're still plagued by the wealth gap, squeezed by discrimination, and targeted by predatory businesses. For these people, moving their dollars from a white firm to a black one can provide cosmetic change, but rarely does it fix the fundamental underpinnings of racial inequality. Let's see how much longer we got. We almost done, family. Bear with me. If we need any evidence of the fertility or the futility of black capitalism, last spring the nation's leading stratification economist at the Samuel Du Bois Cook Center on Social Equality published a hefty report rebutting the harmful narrative that buying black, banking black, or fostering black entrepreneurship will close the racial wealth gap, concluding that it is time to move beyond these fallacies and confront the root causes of the racial wealth gap. Otherwise, we will whistle in the wind and the racial wealth gap will remain unchallenged. None of this is to undermine the vitality of black economic solidarity and institutions. Boycotts, whether of buses in Montgomery or Starbucks in Philadelphia, can serve an excellent organizing tool and often command crucial media attention. Moreover, scholars like Eddie Glaude Jr. explains that for generations, black churches and social clubs, schools and colleges, newspaper, Masonic orders, and fraternal and sororial organizations, this broad associational life of black America served as the life force of communities under continuous racial assault. But even today, while black institutions and businesses continue to provide communities with many essential social and political services, they simply aren't capable of generating the resources to address the racial economic inequality. Closing the gap requires dealing with inequities in housing, employment, investment, and assets. This task requires recognizing black people not as consumers or entrepreneurs, but as citizens, members of a society with a national debt to which black people have claim. To access their citizenship, black people need not spend more money at certain stores. They need not to start more businesses. They need not to settle for tax breaks. The debt of Americans' citizenship has been incurred many times over, and the bill is past due. It is now up to the United States to pay the tab. It ran up. Calling this a debt is only the path to equality. It's daunting. It isn't simple. It isn't a simple political slogan. It costs much more than banking black or buying black. The chore demands more than meager government lip service. The mission lacks this liberating autonomy and agency captured in so many songs and movies that imagine freedom through black business. But if we are ever to create economic justice, we must change the way our art conceptualizes that justice. We must change the stories we tell. We must tell the truth. That's by Aaron Ross Coleman. Let me look and see who this dude is. Good ass writing there. They don't show him, but he got some other articles. He got the salad giant Sweet Green has used hip hop to turn lettuce into gold. How Black Lives Matter to the Green New Deal. Mariah Parker invites you to be your complete, weird, messy self. Hollywood is still a sunny town for black representation. What? Oh, this dude, I'm gonna follow this dude. Black culture won't say Kamala Harris. What AOC owes MLK. As a black college student, poverty was my everyday life. And Ross, you got me. I'm about to link up with you. All right, family. Like I said, there's no call-ins. We're gonna end the show. Let me see if I got any comments. After all, Madam Walker stole many of her ideas. You sure right. In corporate theft fashion, you right. Think we must not forget context W. Du Bois and Madam Walker. Capitalism versus mercantilism. Family, we got to have a serious conversation. My man brought up the point. It's not black capitalism that's going to save us. That's us saving our own goddamn selves. We still need to have that drive, but we need the infusion of real money. Not no goddamn tax breaks that most of us in here in this discussion right now can't even take advantage of. They throw some shit out to a couple of us and we think that is all of us. No, reparations is the key, and we have to push for that, baby. Hey, listen, stop throwing it. You don't throw rocks over to the neighbor's house. What's wrong with you?
We're not.
I just seen her do it. Man, family, this is Real Life with Gye-Nyame Journey. My daughters is off the hook. I got to get up off of here. This is Brother High Tim. I want to thank you for joining us here in the Congregation of Mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Strive to blow up your old paradigms. I'm out.